Episode 11 of Georgie and Mandy's First Marriage is one of those episodes that feels small while you're watching it, but grows heavier the more you think about it. On the surface, it's about family dynamics. Jim, Audrey, Mandy, and Georgie all navigating the reality of this marriage. But underneath that, episode 11 is quietly asking a much bigger question. Who actually has control in this relationship, and who is slowly losing it? A lot of what happens in this episode revolves around Jim and Audrey inserting themselves, not aggressively, but persistently, into Georgie and Mandy's life. This isn't new. From earlier episodes, we know Jim wants stability, structure, and predictability. He believes that if everyone follows the right path, things will work out. Audrey, meanwhile, is more emotionally observant. She watches more than she speaks, and when she does speak, it usually cuts closer to the truth. Episode 11 puts Mandy right in the middle of that pressure. Mandy is pulled between being a daughter and being a wife, and the episode shows how uncomfortable that position really is for her. Jim treats the marriage like something that needs management, advice, guidance, and correction. Audrey treats it like something fragile that shouldn't be rushed or forced. Mandy feels both expectations at once, and instead of pushing back, she does what she's done all season. She absorbs them. Georgie, on the other hand, sees Jim's involvement as validation. In earlier episodes, Georgie has always wanted to prove himself, that he's responsible, capable, and worthy of being taken seriously. In episode 11, Jim's approval feels like confirmation that Georgie is finally doing something right. But that approval comes with conditions, even if Jim doesn't say them out loud. That's where the tension lives. Mandy starts to realize that the marriage isn't just between her and Georgie. It's slowly becoming something shaped by Jim's expectations and Audrey's concern. And while Audrey is the only one who seems to notice Mandy's discomfort, she doesn't fully intervene. Instead, she watches, almost as if she's waiting for Mandy to recognize something herself. This connects directly to earlier episodes where Mandy's independence was a defining part of her character. Before the marriage, she resisted being boxed in by expectations. Episode 11 shows how marriage, family, and responsibility are quietly doing exactly that. The theory here is that episode 11 isn't about conflict, it's about alignment. Jim and Georgie are aligned in their desire for structure and certainty. Audrey and Mandy are aligned in their awareness that something feels off. The problem is that neither side fully acknowledges this divide yet. And that's the real danger. Georgie believes he's building a stable future. Mandy feels like she's being folded into a life that's already planned for her. Jim thinks he's helping. Audrey suspects that helping too much might break something instead. No one is wrong. And that's what makes episode 11 so unsettling. The episode doesn't resolve anything because it's not supposed to. It's laying emotional groundwork. It's showing us how well-intentioned pressure can still suffocate, how support can turn into control, and how love can exist alongside discomfort. By the end of episode 11, nothing has exploded, but everything has shifted. Mandy is more aware. Audrey is more watchful. Jim is more involved. And Georgie is more convinced he's doing the right thing. The theory going forward is simple. When the conflict finally surfaces, it won't come from betrayal or anger. It will come from Mandy realizing she has to choose between keeping everyone comfortable and being honest about what she wants. And episode 11 is the moment that realization begins.